Why that?
Dr. Barchi faults Dr. Barchi. I heard his press conference on Friday. He says that he wishes he had asked to see the videotape. But I will also tell you, as somebody who's in charge of a large organization, that you pick people, or people are there in positions, you have to delegate some authority to them. You cannot micromanage every issue. And he had an experienced athletic director in charge of direct supervision of Coach Rice. He also had his lawyer, the general counsel, who reviewed it for him and recommended to him, based on what they had seen, that this was the appropriate action. So while I agree with Dr. Barchi that he should have looked at the videotape, he says that I agree with him. But on the other hand, what I can tell you is that that's not his main responsibility as president of the university. He takes responsibility for anything that happens on his watch. But again, my view on it is he should have looked at the videotape, but I do not believe not looking at the videotape was a fireable offense. He relied upon the people who worked for him and who were most expert in this topic, his lawyer and the athletic director, to make a recommendation. They made it. He empowered them to execute on the decision. And when he became convinced that their judgment was wrong, he took appropriate action to make sure that they were no longer in a position to be able to make those kind of decisions. I think he showed leadership, Charlie. I mean, if you wanted to find leadership as having to have asked to see the video, he made a mistake. It's not a fireable offense. And when he knew the gravity of the situation, which is when he saw the videotape on Tuesday night, he took decisive action from there. Coach Rice was fired the next morning. And soon thereafter, he came to an agreement on Mr. Pernetti's resignation. Pretty good work for 72 hours. He was busy. And they couldn't get it to work in his computer, from what he told me. Are we really going to now parse how many hours he waited to see it once he heard it on Tuesday? He was in Newark working on the merger issues. And I remember speaking to him on Tuesday afternoon, and I had to get him called out of one of those meetings to talk to me. So, you know, he was busy. And then when he got in the car, he tried to put it in his computer, couldn't make it work. I think we've all had that experience once or twice. And then he went, from what I understand, and saw it with Mr. Pernetti. I don't think it changes the course of history in Rutgers, whether he viewed it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 10 o'clock at night.